Style matters. Presentation matters. But in basketball, putting ball in the hoop is the only thing that matters. You get 3, you get 2. Or you get 1 for a free throw. That's what you get. So LeBron James, so we're going to hold that against LeBron James because he's developed himself. Skip, you remember when he first got into the league? Even in 2007 when he went to the finals, Pop like, man, Bruce Boyd is looking like, Pop, I'm 5 feet away. He's like, what the hell? Get 10 feet away. Because if you get too close, he's going to go by you, he's going to dunk it on us. So back up even further.
By the way, I know their internal rule for that, the sweep series.
Yes.
No dunks by LeBron.
Exactly.
No dunks.
So it's going to ignite the crowd, going to get him going and get their team going.
Correct.
He's turned himself into he's always, he worked with Olajuwon. He got that turnaround going. He's turned himself into a decent, he's not great at shooting the 3, Skip. He's never going to be Steph Curry or Klay Thompson shooting the 3, but he's turned himself into a decent 3-point shooter. But what we want to hold against LeBron is because he's elite at 3 different things. Nobody in the history of the game has been more elite in the areas of LeBron, rebounding, scoring, and assisting the basketball like LeBron. We hold that against him. Now, LeBron said, if I wanted to lead the league in scoring, I could do that every year. Now, here he is. He's second, tied for second with Giannis at 37. He's taking the 3rd most shots. He's never led the league in shot attempts. Now, imagine from the time, let's just say from 23 to 30, if LeBron had led the league in shots with the efficiency in which he is, don't you think he would have led it? Think about this, Skip. Of the top 20 scoring leaders, average, only 4 have a better field goal percentage than LeBron. Wilt, Kareem, Karl Malone, and George Gervin. So what he's allowed, only man with 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. 20, 30, so now he's at 35,000. Nobody else is even close. You look at the guys that Kareem has like 5,000, 6,000 assists. You look at all the guys, Mike, Kobe, all the guys, Karl Malone, all the guys, Dirk Nowitzki. They're not even close in assists. I just look at it as like it's another way to knock LeBron. Guess what? Kevin Durant is a fraction. His scoring average is a fraction better than LeBron. LeBron is like 21.1. Kevin Durant is like 21.193, 29.2. I mean, 27. Excuse me, not 29, 27. But you look at Kobe. Kobe's scoring average is not his. Kyrie's not his. James Harden. All these guys, these great scorers, why aren't their scoring average as high as LeBron's? Why? So for me, LeBron has turned himself into, he can score, but like and the article says, Skip, scoring is not the best thing that he does. Let that sink in. The guy's going to be the all-time leading scorer, and scoring isn't the best thing that he does.
He's going to be the all-time leader in scoring because of longevity.
Nobody said that about
20 years.
Can I ask you a question? Why? No, when I remember when Kareem threw the hook shot and passed Kareem, nobody said this about Kareem, that Kareem is just stat padding. Why is it when LeBron accomplishes a feat, he's stat padding? All he can. Why is that with LeBron? Why, nobody said that about Kobe. Now, see, this is what we know about Kobe. People have got revisionist history. Rest your soul, Kobe, because you know I love you. But that's not what they said when he was doing it. They called him a ball hog. They said, can you win a championship with this guy without Shaq? Will people come play with him? That's what they said then. Now everybody, Mamba mentality. But I forget you, I got receipts. So next time y'all start talking about Kobe, 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 I'm going to pull your card. You and I both know it, Skip Bayless. Longevity, all of a sudden, LeBron. So is that what, is Tom Brady stat padding?
He's winning.
LeBron James, he's losing this year. Did LeBron James not just win the title 2 years ago?
LeBron's team is 10 games under 500.
But see what you do? Another way. That's another way to dismiss. It's
just another stat.
So he's only
fact.
So he's the only guy that's been second or third in the league in scoring that's been 10 games under 500. So nobody else has ever been close to leading the league in scoring, had a bat on a losing team. He's the only one. No, he's not. You know that, I know that. But carry on.
The point of the piece is LeBron's not a natural, as in natural-born scorer of the basketball. And most people agree with that premise because LeBron is not a shooter. He's a scorer. Scorer, not a shooter. So in the end, when you've only won one scoring title versus Jordan's 10, it's hard to say, well, you're a natural-born scorer, because It comes in the flow of basketball because he is very physical. He can play bully ball with the best of them. I've told you from the start of this show, from my days on ESPN, he's the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen because he's ambidextrous, because he's natural-born left-hander, and he goes about 270 pounds, and he can just explode to the rim, even at age 37. He still explodes with the best of them. But you have to change the spelling of his name from LeBron to L-E, then capital B-R-A-W-N, because there's a lot of brawn going on, because it's Shaq-like. He's obviously not as big as Shaq, but he can overpower to this day in ways that I've only seen Shaq overpower in the post. 6'9", 270. So it's hard on the eyes because it doesn't look like natural-born scorer because he's not a shooter. Does he have a consistent mid-range jump shot? No, he doesn't. He'll go through stretches where he'll trust that fadeaway, that fall-away shot. Yeah. But it comes and it goes, and I haven't seen it. I saw it at the end of the All-Star game. I think
you saw it against the Wizards. Did you see him when he put it in Kuzma's face? Did you see him put it in KCP?
I saw one.
No, he hit four or five.
But I've seen stretches like against Toronto in the playoffs.
Yeah,
back in
you remember that, huh?
where he was just cooking them with it.
Okay, you saw it.
He would just post up and say, "Give me the damn ball and watch this. I'll just fade away and make this shot."
But you remember when Michael got in the league, Mike didn't have that mid-range.
No, and then he really developed.
Okay, then.
And he became lethal from mid-range the way Kevin Durant is.
And what LeBron has done is that he took all of his weaknesses and he went into the lab and he worked on it. He went with Akeem Olajuwon and he developed the low post. He developed the fadeaway. He can shoot the three now. No, is he Steph Curry? No. But Skip.
I know, but he's still statistically a below average three-point shooter, right?
35%.
Okay, but it's statistically, it still ranks in the bottom third of the league.
So let me get this straight. You want Steph Curry to be able to shoot the ball like he does, be 6'8" and be 250 pounds. Well, damn, you want to give the guy everything. So you want LeBron to be 6'9", 260 pounds, drive the ball like he does, shoot the ball from the mid-range like Jordan, shoot the ball from three like Steph Curry. How fair is that?
How could he not have gone in the lab just one offseason and fixed his free throw shooting? Because even though it's improved a little this year, he's still way below average as a free throw shooter.
Can I ask you a question?
He's a superstar.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't Jordan go to the lab and work on his three-point shooting?
Because nobody cared about it. It wasn't a point of emphasis.
Reggie Miller was doing it. Larry Bird was doing it. You see how you do that? You see what you said? When Michael has a weakness, you say he didn't care. Nobody else was doing it. When you say LeBron doesn't have a weakness, it's because he can't get better at it. How is that? Is that when everybody else has a weakness, they don't care about it. But LeBron has a weakness, well, he can't do it.
Would you believe LeBron has already missed the 6th most free throws in the history of the league?
How many has he taken? Where is he as far as attempts?
He's missed almost 3,000 free throws.
Yeah.
I'm just talking regular season.
Yeah, okay.
Guess where that ranks? That ranks 6th most. And if we look at the others in the top 10, they're all big guys. Wilt first, Shaq second, Dwight, then Karl Malone, who's LeBron's size, but considered a power forward, obviously. Walt Bellamy before your time, but he was 6'11", postman. Then here comes LeBron at 6, and then we got Elvin Hayes, another 6'9" guy.
Yep.
And then we got Kareem, and then we got my guy Tim Duncan at 9, and then 10th is Moses Malone. So LeBron is in a top 10 of giant guys, right?
But here's the thing, Skip. But back then, Elvin Hayes was 6'9". He was the same height. He played center. He was a power forward center a lot of times because he and Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld were interchangeable on those bullet teams.
Yep.
Skip, all I'm saying is that because he's great at everything, it's hard to distinguish to say he's historically great at this when he's great at everything. Nobody else has been great. Yes, we've seen Wilt could score. Wilt averaged 23 rebounds a game. Yes, Kareem could score. He's the third, I think he had the third most rebounds. But Magic could assist, but Magic couldn't score like he could. Magic couldn't rebound. Yeah, there are guys that can assist, but they can't score like LeBron. They could do a lot of different things. All three, the guy's elite at. That's why he's the only one that got the numbers that he got. That's not.
So he's about to pass the great Karl Malone
Go get him.
Number 2.
Go get him.
Okay, I'm going to give you this on Karl Malone. He got a lot of break dunks from John Stockton because I've never seen a duo run the break better than those two.
And the break and skip, and half his points came in the pick and roll. Okay. That's all they did was pick and roll with him and John Stockton.
But listen, Karl could shoot mid-range jump shots. He was lethal from mid-range.
Yeah.
He was really good. So even as our man Chris Broussard the other day said when we were talking about LeBron's inability to close, well, LeBron doesn't have a go-to closer shot where you say, well, he'll just shoot a Kevin Durant Memorial 15-foot jump.
He ain't got no shot. But all I got to know is most playoff games that ended at the buzzer, LeBron got it. And he got that's what I'm saying. He ain't got no shot. He ain't got no pull up. He ain't got no mid range like KD. But damn, shouldn't KD have more game-winning shots than LeBron?
LeBron has missed more late and close shots over the span of his career by far than anybody else.